Hello, welcome to my kitchen. Today I have a wonderful guest with me. Tyler is here. He volunteers with me on Wednesday nights for our free meals with Connie. And he is striving to go into culinary arts, which is wonderful. So he's here. He's going to show me something, and I'm going to show him something. So Tyler, introduce yourself, how old you are, and all that.
My name is Tyler. My last name is Harris. I'm 14 years old, and yeah.
Where do you go to school?
I go to school at Oxford Middle School.
Oxford Middle School, awesome. Well, we're so glad you're here. And so I'm going to show you how to make egg rolls. And we're not going to deep fry them. We are going to do it in the air fryer. So I'm going to go ahead and turn that on.
Lydia, what's the difference between air frying and deep frying?
Well, I'm not going to use a ton of oil. We're going to use a little bit of oil, but not a whole lot. So it has to preheat. It goes up to 400. Takes like 15 minutes or so, but that's going to come later. So I wanted to ask you, do you know what all these ingredients are?
I think so.
Yeah? See if you can name them.
I'm going to say those are diced onions.
Yep, and we're going to throw those in.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And then that's diced cucumber.
Wrong.
Pickle.
No. It's actually...
That's mushroom.
Yep.
That's, I don't know,
It's okay.
flour.
Yes.
And then you said poppy seeds was wrong, so I don't know.
I was going to see if you could smell it, but you can't really smell what it is either. It's sesame seed. There's black and white sesame seed in there. Do you know what this is?
And then I do know what that is. I know what it is, so I forget the name.
Like a cookie?
Oh, what's it called?
Ginger.
Yeah, ginger.
Which adds a really nice flavor too, and like an Asian flavor. And you know what these are called?
Isn't that really expensive?
No.
There's potato, maybe?
This is bean sprouts.
I would have never guessed
So
that.
I rinsed them, and a lot of water came out. Look at all that. So
That's the green thing.
rinse those. This is zucchini, but I found these at Trader Joe's. They're so cute. Wait a minute, there's something on there. They're little mini zucchinis. Do you ever have zucchini?
No.
Okay. It's really good cooked. I don't love it raw, but it's really good cooked. So I left one whole so you see how big they are. They're so tiny. And you get like about 14 in a thing. So anyway, I also wanted to talk about this. This is sesame seed oil.
So what is this?
Oh my gosh, smell
Sesame
that.
seeds?
Yeah. Doesn't that smell good? So this is going to add a lot of flavor to all of this. So we're going to go ahead and put some of this in. So this is obviously the filling for our egg rolls. Here, you put those in, and then I have a little thingy right here.
Pour it all.
Yep, pour it all in. Turn it up a little bit. So, and then we're gonna, let's see, what should we add? Let's add these next. So when you're making something in a pan, you always wanna make sure you're cooking the hard ingredients first. So actually, let's leave that for a minute. Like, keep going. I mean, you can stir it, but we're gonna let it go for a minute before I add other ingredients, because these are really a lot softer than onions, but we really want the onions to cook down so that they're all about the same consistency. Does that make sense to you? Yeah. So Tyler loves to cook. He's been cooking for, how long do you think you've been cooking?
6, maybe 7 years.
Wow, good for you. And it's so nice that your parents allow that, because a lot of parents might not allow their kids to really
And be a little overprotective, yeah.
Yeah, it's nice that they encourage. So have you ever, you know what this is?
That's easy.
Yeah.
Clove. No. Right.
Clove of.
Garlic.
Yes.
There we go.
Have you ever used it where you how to get the
You put your knife on top and you
Yes.
crush it.
You want to do it?
Sure.
Here. You know, one thing you want to do, like if you do this, you don't want to have the blade facing you, so you always
So it doesn't slip off. And
yeah.
Yeah.
So and same with your hand. Be careful when you do smash it. Okay.
Smash.
Did it work?
More?
You can do it. Yep. Do it all the way so it's flat. Yep. That's perfect. Now you can peel it away. Take this over here. So Tyler and I have been working together, volunteering for about probably 6 months, I would say.
6, yeah.
And he's never late. He's always there. He's always there when I get there. Do you want to cut it real small?
Sure.
I know you're left-handed. You're right-handed. So I'm gonna go ahead and add some salt. So I'm not gonna add a ton of salt because I am going to use some soy sauce in here to stick with our Asian theme here. So put a little bit of salt, put a little bit of pepper. Oh, and there's another ingredient we didn't talk about. This ingredient right here. Sorry, no, go ahead, keep going. You're good. You're doing it good. Good job. This is peanut flour. This is so cool to me because when you use peanuts, which I was going to add peanuts, which you could absolutely do with this recipe, but this is so low in calories. So this is what it is. Naked peanut. The only ingredient is peanuts, but because they grind it so fine, you're not getting the calories that you would get in like a handful of peanuts. Even smaller. Oh, sorry. Thank you. Keep going. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and add this. And this one.
What are you adding?
Oh, sorry, zucchini. Adding zucchini. Added bean sprouts. And we're going to give that a stir. You want to stir it? Want to stir? And I'm going to make this just a tiny bit finer. Something about garlic, it can burn easily. So we always try to put it in it towards the end. But you do want it to cook a little bit because it will get a little bit sweeter. So we're getting that ready. How's that looking? Pretty good?
Browning.
Browning? Just be careful. Do you have a gas stove or an electric stove?
Gas.
Okay, good. So you're used to the flame. Some people see that flame and are like, what? Okay, we're going to add some mushrooms. And then you were right about this being flour, so we're going to see how much liquid we gather in there. But we don't want too much liquid because we're going to be putting them in these wraps. So we don't want it to be wet.
Soggy.
Yeah, so that's why I have flour in case we need it. You think you like the ingredients? I meant to ask you if you like. Are you pretty adventurous with trying?
Well, I've never tried zucchini, but yeah, I'm happy
Okay.
to try it.
Okay.
Mushrooms, I rarely ever get to try them. Well,
Okay.
I do, but I don't pick them. Like on a pizza, I never purposely pick them.
Yeah.
At least I never have. So,
That's what, did
Yeah.
you say onions?
no, yeah.
Oh.
No, mushrooms.
Mushrooms. Gotcha. Do your parents not like mushrooms so much?
Well, I don't think I did when I was a kid, but I
Yeah.
haven't tried them in a long time since.
Gotcha.
So, I might like them now.
Okay. So how is that looking? Pretty good.
Browning.
Yeah. You might not need flour. We'll see. Sometimes when
I
you
think it's
add,
all going to evaporate.
yeah, but
Oh,
sometimes when
there's
you
some.
add mushrooms, that's what makes the liquid. So you just have to follow your senses to figure out what you think it looks like and how well done you want it. And so this is going to add a really nice little peanut flavor. So we're going to add that. Actually, this might also work as flour. So this might make it drier. So you might not need the flour at all. And then I'm going to add the sesame seeds and a few of those. Okay, so now make a space in here where nothing is. I'm going to add the garlic. Thank you. Okay, kind of let that stay on that part. Like you can move it around with the spoon, but just let it stay on there. So when we come back, we're going to wrap up our egg rolls and then we're going to cook them. So this is such an easy, fun meal. Oh yeah, got to add the ginger. I'll talk about the ginger in a minute. But this is such an easy, fun meal that you can make with your kids. And then most people like egg rolls. Most kids like them. So we'll see how they taste when we come back. But before that, we're going to add the ginger. And here's a new tip I learned about ginger. I'm so excited about it. You don't have to peel it. Yay! Because it's kind of a pain to peel this. I've done it, but you really don't have to. So we're just going to grate it in. This is my hyper grater. So you just use it like this. And then you kind of bang it because it kind of It's kind of
tough.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to get it off, but eventually it comes out. Okay, and then we're going to add some soy sauce too. Hold on. Okay, a little bit of soy sauce. That's going to get it a little bit. Here, scooch.
Could be starting to burn.
Yeah. Turn it down a little bit. Add some soy sauce. Okay, we'll be back, and we're going to show you how to wrap up egg rolls. Thanks for joining us.
First, they said cigarettes were safe. Now, they say they didn't market e-cigarettes to teens? Fact. More than 1 in 4 high school students are vaping. Same lies, different day. Tell Big Vape to quit lying.
The day that JD was injured, I had woke up to an odd phone call. It was the military calling to tell me that he had stepped on an IED.
My role in the Army was I was an infantry scout. I was a squad leader for a recon element.
The Army doesn't really prepare you for injuries. They either prepare you for the soldier to come home or not to come home at all. They don't prepare you for the in-between. There's things that I do for him that is considered caregiving that to me is considered just loving him.
The day I got injured, she got wounded as well. And the veterans wouldn't be the men that we are and the women that we are today if it wasn't for our better half helping us every direction we go.
The Coalition to Salute America's Heroes helps severely wounded or disabled veterans just with basic needs such as emergency financial aid. For our family specifically, they tremendously helped us out with employment through their Heroes Thinking Heroes program.
Visit saluteheroes.org to learn more.
When it comes to vaping, the truth can get clouded. So let's make it clear. Vaping is not safe for kids, teens, or young adults. It's just not.
Because vaping can put microscopic particles into your lungs.
And dangerous things like metals and volatile organic compounds into your body.
And nicotine, the same highly addictive substance found in regular cigarettes.
Nicotine can harm a person's brain development through their mid-20s,
affecting learning, memory, attention, and impulse control, and priming the brain for other addictions.
Vaping products also come in kid-friendly flavors that can make them appealing to youth.
And many kids also use other drugs, like marijuana, in vaping devices.
With appealing flavors, high nicotine levels, and lots of promotion on social media,
many kids think vaping is harmless, but it's not.
So talk to your kids about the risks of vaping, because when you talk, they hear you.
Hi, welcome back. We have our mixture here. We never had to add any flour because we added the peanut powder, which is peanut flour. So we never had to add any flour, which is kind of nice. So gluten-free. This, of course, is all veggie, but you could absolutely add shrimp or chicken or beef, tofu, pork. And you could add, the other thing I actually thought about adding and then I forgot to get it, but because I'm not sure I have them, but is water chestnuts would be really good in here too. So we've decided that it tastes pretty good, right? We sampled it. And so now we're going to wrap it, and I'm going to show you how easy this is. And this is so fun to do with kids. So you want to keep it kind of, you don't want to overdo it.
So about a spoonful?
About a spoonful. Maybe a spoon, yeah, heaping, or maybe a spoonful and a half. This one's going to have another bit. We have a little bit of water here to kind of glue it together, per se. You know what, remember we said we were going to spray this? We have an idea. So I have a tear in mind, but I'm not really worried about it, but I'll show you why. So we're going to take, can you take it off?
Oh, sure.
I'll take it off. I'll take yours off. So I had an idea. The other one I sprayed the top, we did a little sample, and I sprayed the top of it. This one we're going to do this. We're just going to spray this just a little bit, and then we're going to put this back on here. So that way it will get crisp. Again, we are not deep frying these. We are doing them in our, thank you. We're going to do these in our air fryer. So here we go. So first we're gonna lift the bottom up, good. And I was telling Tyler during our practice, you know, you want to try to squeeze it all together. So as you do them, you'll get better at it. So you just kind of squeeze it together. These are so pliable. I'm really happy with the product. Look at him, done, boom. Don't forget your little bit of water.
Edges.
You know, and it doesn't have to,
What do I do with
I
the
think
water?
it, just put it, well, it's okay. If you didn't use the water, it's gonna be fine. Look at that, beautiful. Okay, so we're gonna start putting them over here. Let's make a couple more. Tyler, how do you get better, do you know?
Practice.
Yes,
Practice makes perfect.
Yes, see how good you are? Tyler's so fun at volunteer. He will do anything Connie says. Unlike the rest of us, we try not to do everything Connie says. I'm just kidding. We actually do everything Connie says. Okay, so look at you. You got your diamond shape. Now we're gonna add these. I was telling Tyler maybe I should have cut up the zucchini a little bit smaller, but he doesn't agree because this is his first time trying it and he likes it.
I've never tried zucchini before, so yeah, it was very pleasant. I did like it.
Awesome. I'm so glad to hear that. I'm glad that you like to try things. That's unusual for your age group, you know. Okay, so we're gonna squish up. Remember you're kind of pushing it back.
I haven't even started folding.
And then like, see how I have this corner and it like kind of could stick out, but it's so pliable that you can just squish it in. I love these things. And they're vegan, which is kind of a nice thing. And they don't have to be perfect, but wait till you taste them. I'm gonna check on the ones we put in here. Oh, look at them. They're looking really good. Okay, I'm gonna turn them here. They're super brown, but I'm gonna give them another, it's got 7 minutes. Who wants to remind me in 3 minutes to look? You, Tyler.
I'll try.
Right here, you can put it. It's perfect. Look at these, how cute they are. So, Tyler, what's your favorite subject besides cooking?
At school?
Sure, at school, subject.
I'd say it's science, mainly.
Oh yeah, what do you like about science?
Right now, you get to try a bunch of things, learn about the Earth right now. I like that aspect because we are just now learning about how volcanoes and earthquakes become. And I really thought that was really interesting, so I was really interested in that subject. Oh.
Cool. Yeah. That's awesome. So, you know what I feel like you like? Hands-on.
Yeah, oh,
which
very.
All teaching should be hands-on, in my opinion.
Yeah, especially in high school when I actually, in high school, when I'm in science, I'll get to do more hands-on things.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, I'm really excited for that.
I know that wasn't 3 minutes, but it was almost 3 minutes. So feel this side. By the way, we washed our hands very good. Don't touch this thing. Just go like this with your fingernail. So you can kind of see it's getting crispy. However, feel this side. Not that happy with that. So it will all get done. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put this aside for now, and we'll probably wrap up a couple more. Well, maybe we should wrap up a couple more.
Sure.
Okay, let's do it. Wrap up a couple more, waiting for that to get done. So the thing about the air fryer that I've noticed is it loses the heat super fast. Thank you, ma'am. It does lose the heat. So every time I open it, the heat goes down from 400. So if you ever use an air fryer, you want to just be careful with that. So we're going to give you some more. Look at that, what should be yours. It's got so many zucchinis in it. Okay. Do another one here. And so after this, I'm going to show you how I make homemade pizza. So homemade pizza is so simple, and you can make it exactly how you want it, just like the egg rolls. And you don't have to make homemade dough, but I did. This morning I made some homemade dough, and you know I make my own bread. Did you know that? Okay. I make my own yeast.
Yeah.
You ever hear of that before? It's considered sourdough.
Which one it was?
It's considered sourdough. So,
I did not know that. I did not know.
Yeah, I'll show it to you. It smells really kind of funky, so you'll be like, really? I'm going to eat this? But it's good. It's good when it's baked. This is my homemade yeast, which I've shown this before. I don't know if I'll let you smell it because it really does smell bad. But this is it. I'm scared for you to smell it. So, and I make this. I made this. You ready for this? I made this. I know it looks gross, but it's all perfectly healthy. And I can tell if it was to go bad, I would know. But this is exactly going on the age of 3 years old.
Really?
Yeah. So I made it first. 7 days. You add water and flour. That's all this is. And then once you have the starter, you'll know when it's ready, when it starts to bubble and stuff. And then every week you feed it. So I had to think of it as my pet to get it in my head how to do this, because at first it's very confusing, even though it's simplistic because it's just flour and water. But anyway, so this is going to be in our pizza dough. Just saying. So there's that, and now I'm going to get these out of the air fryer. Do we use this?
I'm gonna make one more of these.
Ta-da! Here's our egg rolls. Aren't they so cute? And they're vegan wraps and vegetarian inside.
And no eggs involved.
And no eggs involved. So I'm hoping you want to do another one. Oh, you're doing one.
Yeah.
Yeah, because oh my gosh, actually, there's no room to do another one. Perfect.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Very good. It's awesome. Look at you. You're a professional now. Perfect.
Right in the middle.
Beautiful. I'm going to put a little bit of oil in this one because it kind of didn't have too much. And again, if you're air frying, you don't have to use oil. You really don't. So let's slice one of these open and see what it looks like. I'm going to move it over here because we have more room. Hear the crunch? It's really hot. Just saying. So you can't not eat this yet. So, but we'll let it cool off a little bit. So here's these two, and we're going to move on to making our pizza. Again, I made the pizza dough, but you can absolutely use crescent rolls. You can use, they have dough now in the by crescent rolls where you can just use that dough. Let's give this a quick wipe.
When was the last time you made egg rolls except for now?
I think I did it. I actually had never made them until about 3 weeks ago. No, not 3 weeks ago. Probably about a month or two ago.
So that you recently learned this?
Yeah. I just kind of, I don't know what made me think about making. Maybe I watched a cooking show and they were making them. That's usually my inspiration. And I'm trying to be yours. So, flour. See, we did get to use the flour. And this is my dough. I made this about 8:30, 9 o'clock this morning. And what I did, well, you probably want to know what I used. I used all-purpose flour. And I'm going to let you do this. Just going to, there you go. Second. All-purpose flour, water, my yeast. So how much yeast did I use? I put in I didn't measure a whole lot, which is something I don't do, is measure that much unless I have to, which I've said before on this show that measuring makes me feel uncomfortable. But here you go. So you just,
No.
It's okay.
What do
you? This is your
one. Oh, that works too.
There's no laughing, I know. So can I just tell you? Oh, look at how nice it is. Okay, that's okay. Push it out and then just pick it up, and then start in the middle and then pull it that way. Here you go, and then go back to the middle and go that way. So you want to get it round, and I'll show you why. But that's okay if it's not. This is working really nicely, and I think that's what's nice about when you look up a pizza recipe, a pizza dough recipe. Usually it has olive oil in it, which mine does. 2 tablespoons. I did measure that, and it has salt and a little bit of sugar. That's it. But the olive oil makes it so nice to be able to spread. So, and you don't want to handle dough a whole lot because if you do, it becomes kind of tough. So this isn't exactly the shape we want. So what I want you to do is just put it back in the middle, turn it, and then go this way. Because we kind of want it to be round, and I'll show you why. We are going to make it in this lovely cast iron. So this is, yeah, it's really good. So look at that, beautiful. I'm going to very slightly oil this. I found that it doesn't stick that much, so you don't need a whole lot, but I'm just going to put a little bit of, and I'm not going to use olive oil here because the temperature in the oven is about 425. I'm going to use this avocado spray. So just a little bit of a thing, and you can go ahead and put it in there. Oh, how are you going to do that? Not like that. Wait. Oh, okay. It's okay. I'm just teasing you. So take this, and you're going to kind of wrap it like that, gently. Like what you can do is just kind of pick it up like that. See if it works. And if it doesn't, we can roll it out again. But don't, yeah, like that. Perfect. Just keep lifting it. Lift it. Lift. Yes, keep going. Just lift it all now like this.
Oh.
Okay, but I'm going to have you do it. You're going to put it, okay, yeah, help me. Perfect. Teamwork. Okay, so obviously it's big, which means, guess what that means? We can make 2 pizzas. So you want it to, so just kind of do what I just did. And while you're doing that, I'm going to cut it. Go ahead, you can put it down. And I'll show you, there'll be a way that it stays, and I'll show you how we do that. Again, nothing has to be perfect. It's how you like it, what you like on pizza. What the dough is so forgiving. You know, there's a million recipes for dough. So
not too good.
That's kind of fun too. So we're just gonna cut this. Are you good?
I got flour all over my shirt.
Oh.
Shows you're working hard.
Yeah, shows you're working hard.
Yeah, that arm messy.
Okay, now you're gonna take, we're gonna take this, put that over there. We're gonna take a fork and you're gonna just make holes in it.
Everywhere?
Everywhere. Just, yep. And then, a couple things. I did, so I can say that I cheated a little bit with this sauce. You could make homemade, of course, from the tomatoes in your garden, which I've done. But this one is I used a plain can of tomato sauce. So if you look at the ingredients, it's just tomatoes in it. They just puree them, they take off the skin. So that's what this is. However, I did add something. Smell it. Can you tell what I added? Does that smell familiar to you?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Sounds very familiar, but I don't know what it is.
It's okay. I also grew basil in my garden.
Basil.
So I made pesto. What's pesto? Pesto is basil.
Food. I don't know.
Food. Pesto is olive oil, basil, and Parmesan cheese. So that's what this is. So I mixed it with that.
And sometimes pine nuts.
And some, oh yeah, sorry, and pine nuts. It does have pine nuts. Although I've seen people use almonds too, which is kind of cool. So yes, pine nuts are in here. So if anybody's allergy with nuts, you don't want to give them this. So, you know, it'd be very, you could really harm somebody because you would not think there's nuts in pizza.
Especially if they're deathly allergic.
Yeah, that's good. That's beautiful. Okay, so what was I going to show you? You can go ahead and put, so one thing I've learned about homemade pizza is you don't want to put on too many ingredients. Like you don't want to overload it because what happens is this doesn't get done. So just go ahead and, right-handed, put like 3.
I'm still going to do this, I don't know why.
Okay, 3, yeah. Do 2 or 3 of those, that size. Actually, yeah, very good. I was going to say, you know, you were experimenting, so you want to spread it first. You can see there's kind of chunks in there. Those are sun-dried tomatoes. Have you ever had them?
Nope.
It's one of my favorite things to eat. They're so good. And this is them. Sun-dried tomatoes. I'm going to have you try one. Oh. On our next episode, we will finish up the pizza. We will try our egg rolls, and Tyler is going to show me how to make porcupine meatballs, which I'm really excited to learn. Thank you for joining us. See you soon. Thanks for joining us. Can't wait to see yours. Thank you.